Hi, I'm Rachel Lynn, and I am on a journey to get out of my student loan debt and lose some weight along the way. If any of that interests you, go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below. Today is another shout out Sunday, and this shout out goes to Wendy Valencia. Wendy has a much bigger channel than mine, so I would not be surprised if you have not already heard of her. But I love her channel because she reminds us that budgeting and personal finance is personal. She does things a little bit differently than, I guess, the traditional gung-ho get out of debt. Her and her family have been in debt for a while, and they will continue to be in debt for a while because of how much debt they have. And so they have to do things a little bit differently in order to sustain the long haul that they're in for. So she saves a little bit more, she spends a little bit more, but really with her income, it's just very small percentages of what she actually spends and saves compared to what she puts to debt. I found Wendy's channel quite a while ago, probably shortly after I started my own debt-free journey, and I quickly figured out that her debt-to-income ratio is very similar to my debt-to-income ratio. Now, she makes a lot more money than I do, but she also has a lot more debt than I do, which I, for some reason, find that very hard to believe, just because if I consider my undergraduate loans, then, like, I have a lot of debt. But yeah, there are people out there that have more debt than me, and sometimes I have to remind myself of that. And she's one of those people. But I love that that doesn't get her down. She is still fighting the good fight to become debt-free, even though she does have a lot of debt. Now, she does have a much bigger income, like I said, to help her pay that off, so that is helpful. And so when you take into consideration how much income I get and how much debt I have, and compare it to how much income her and her family have compared to how much debt they have, it's like, I kind of feel like we're on a level playing field. So I think we're on track to become debt-free about the same time, which I think is pretty cool. I was also very, very lucky to actually get to meet her in person. She came to Louisville, which is where I live, on business, and we met up. We went to dinner. She is so super sweet in person. Of course, she is in her videos too, but in real life, she is the same way. Just such a very, very, very nice, sweet person, and I just really enjoyed getting to meet her in person. On her channel, she typically budgets using every dollar. I did actually try that out shortly after it came out, and it didn't really work all that well for me. I mean, I liked it, but there were a couple of quirks and a couple of things that I didn't really like about it, and maybe those things have been changed and updated by now, but at this point I'm just really used to using my Excel budget. But she uses every dollar. She loves every dollar, and so if you are into every dollar budgets, then you should definitely check out her channel. But then she's also started exploring You Need a Budget, otherwise known as YNAB, and she's just like experimenting, trying different things and trying something else, and she actually has a comparison video, so you can go and check out her thoughts on the differences between YNAB and every dollar. So it's actually been really cool to see the same budget put into practice two different ways, because there are so many different ways that you can budget, and so she's kind of showing different options, and just in case you don't like the way every dollar works, maybe you'll like the way that YNAB works. She also does lots of different videos that give great advice about getting out of debt and being frugal. Like I said earlier, I found her fairly early in my own debt-free journey, and I found her incredibly inspiring. Her videos were a great help to me as I was struggling with my debt-to-income ratio, and it was nice to find somebody that was in a similar situation to me, and to kind of like let me know it's okay, like you can do this, you can work towards debt freedom no matter what your debt ratio is. And she continues to be a big help as we are both in the midst of a very long debt payoff journey. I truly feel like we are in this together. So if you just happen to not be familiar with Wendy Valencia, go check out her channel and subscribe, and then of course let her know that I sent you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!